Hey up, it's that old Yorkshire geek here, and you would think that the current crop of Hollywood genre screenwriters, particularly in science fiction and fantasy television, are but shadows of their illustrious forebears. For the last few years, really since around 2016, there has been a concerted move within Western screenwriting, Hollywood in particular, to abandon good storytelling for the sake of agenda. Causes such as feminism, diversity, gender politics and others have been pushed to the fore in writing rather than simply telling us an entertaining story. It has been argued that all good genre writing has pushed one agenda or another, weaving politics or some other cause into a storyline to highlight an issue. This is true, but back in the day this was usually done with subtlety and in concert with a good story arc. Of course, there were some ham-fisted attempts at injecting politics or whatever into a storyline, but as a rule it was done with some finesse. Then everything changed. Suddenly it was all about the agenda, or as the critical drinker put it,
the message.
Showrunners such as Star Trek's Alex Kurtzman openly admitted that the priority going forward was to use Star Trek as a platform for an agenda rather than telling good science fiction stories.
The goal is not really to promote Star Trek, but to promote these organizations and to use our platform.
Sheer fucking hubris.
The story became secondary to the agenda. Women, love them, were thrust to the forefront, so-called Mary Sue characters. Perfect in every way, saving incompetent men from themselves. Diversity became the key word as straight white males vanished from our screens to be replaced by various ethnicities, sexualities and gender types. If any straight white males were shown, they were either incompetent, bumbling idiots, wholly unlikable arseholes, or just plain evil. Now, I have nothing against diversity per se, but if we are talking about equality, then perhaps portray the occasional straight white male in a positive light. Just a thought. But aside from
the message,
the storytelling fell down on almost every level. Shows such as Star Trek's Discovery and Picard, Halo, The Wheel of Time and many more just simply failed in depicting good characters in interesting situations where we could get behind the adventure and become immersed in the world they are creating. After 4 seasons of Discovery, 2 seasons of Picard and whatever seasons of Lower Decks and Prodigy, tell me one standout episode that you can say that you really want to watch again and again. I'll wait. I waited, there are none. This is likely due partly to the serialised nature of these shows with a single overarching storyline rather than the episodic adventures of classic Trek shows, but it is mostly down to the poor writing, terrible characterisations and terrible world building. But the title of this video is All Is Not Lost. What do I mean by that? Well, there are still good writers in television that are putting out great material for us to consume without a whiff of agenda. Or if there is an agenda in there, it's bloody well hidden. I recently caught up with the Netflix show Arcane, based upon the popular League of Legends video game series. Now, I have to admit, I started watching it a while ago, but didn't get very far. As soon as I saw the main character and her pink hair shaved on the sides, I thought, here we go, and switched off. But my son told me it was good, and I noticed it had good reviews on the interwebs, so I gave it another go, and I'm glad that I did. It was an amazing story told across 9 episodes with fascinating characters for whom you feel empathy, even the bad guys. The animation and art style is top notch, and the performances are incredible for the most part, particularly Ella Purnell and Mia Sinclair Janess as Jinx/Powder, and Jason Spizak as Silco, the main antagonist. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Another Netflix show that recently began another season, its last one apparently, is Better Call Saul. Bob Odenkirk as Jimmy McGill, aka Saul Goodman, is fantastic, and the storyline of this Breaking Bad prequel is as gripping as anything Hollywood has to offer. Over on Amazon there is Reacher, with Alan Ritchson throwing Tom Cruise's platform shoes into the bin and making the title character his own. These are just 3 examples of where Hollywood gets it right with their storytelling, proving that all is not lost. Each of those shows treated their audiences with respect. They did not preach or tell us how shitty we are, how racist we are, how sexist we are. No, they just got on with their jobs of entertaining us. And isn't that what Hollywood is supposed to be about? Entertainment. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. So wherever you are in the world, take care of each other, and I'll see thee.